Hi guys, my name is Sahitya and so currently I'm learning LeetCode and I thought it would be better if I could also share the solution with you and I'm trying to do the daily challenge of the LeetCode as well and so this is the question for the today challenge in the LeetCode. It is and the question statement says find the maximum number of happiness out of the selected children. So let me go through the statement at first. So the statement says you have been given an array of happiness. So there is an array of happiness with a length n, and all of the value inside the array it is positive integer. So the statement says there are n children starting in the queue where the I children has the happiness value of happiness I means the children at index 0 over here has happiness value of 1 since the children also the uh, children at index 1 has the happiness value of 2. So that is what it says and let me check what we need to find. So you want to select the k children means we have to select the 2 children in our first example and it says in each turn, when you select a children, the happiness value of all the children that have not been selected till now decreases by 1. So suppose if I selected 1 at first, uh, then k is going to be 2 minus 1, it is going to be 1. Alright, so in the second turn, in the second time, our happiness is going to be 1 comma 3. So I'm just that means we need to subtract the value, right? And what it says is, let me cancel it first. So it says that the happiness value, if happiness value cannot become negative, and it can be only decremented if it is positive. So if the happiness value becomes 0, suppose if there is an array of 1 comma 1 comma 1 and k equals to 3, and at first you will get 1, right? And then you have to subtract the value. That means it will become 0 and 0 while k becomes 2. Then it cannot become less than 0. That is, we cannot go lesser than 0, right? uh, so I think that is clear as well. And what it says at the final statement, so it says we need to return the maximum sum of the happiness values of the selected children. So if k equals to 2, then we have to find the maximum sum that we can select from here. So that can be, so the maximum can be, at first the maximum value over here is 3, so that is 3. And after taking the 3, k is going to be 2 minus 1, that is going to be 1, right? And we have to subtract 1 to the remaining array as well, that is so if we subtract 1 to the remaining array, that is 1. 1 minus 1 is 0 and 2 minus 1 is 1. In that case, since our first maximum happiness is 3 and the second maximum happiness is 1, that is 3 plus 1 is 4. That means our final answer is going to be 4 over here. And let me go through this example 3 as well. In our example 3, we have been given 2 3 4 5, right? And k equals to 1. K equals to 1 means we have to only look for the one value from our happiness array, that is going to be 5, right? And if k equals to 1 minus 1 equals to 0, then we do not have to look further, right? Let me go through how we can do it. So for this problem, I think at first we need to reverse our array over here. So so it will be 5 4 3 2, right? In this case it will be this one, and in the first case it is going to be 3 2 1, right? So what we can do, I'm going to take one more array for an example, that is 1 comma 1 comma 1, and over here k equals to 2. Let's suppose k equals to 2 in this array, alright? So and over here k equals to 2, over here k equals to 1 according to the question, right? According to the example. So so let me go through this one. Suppose if I subtract it, suppose k equals to 2 in the first, we have to take the maximum. This is when we reverse the order, when we reverse the array. where the maximum element is at the first. I mean, it is in the decreasing order, right? So 3 is at the first, 2 is at the second, and 1 is the last element. That means it is decreasing order, right? All of them are decreasing order, and since it is all, and the last array contains all the value in the last array is 1, so it can be said as decreasing order or ascending order or whatever you want. uh, so since k equals to 2 means if the k equals to 2, we have not we only have to take these two elements, right? We don't have to look through these elements. So what I'm going to do is that I am going to create an array that is going to be 3 comma 2. This is going to be the sub array, all right? And I'm going to also have my separate variable that is going to be total sum or total happiness, whatever you like to say it. That should be initialized at 0. And since we are not subtracting from this element, because the statement says we should only subtract after the first element, right? So we are not subtracting from this element. That means 0 plus 3, it is going to be 3, right? And for the second element, we have to subtract it. That means uh, 2 minus 1. So that means in this 1, it is going to be 4, right? So this is how we are going to do. Let me go through the example where the list contains all the value of 1, right? So when all the value is 1 and k equals to 2, then we can consider only this two element, all right? So for this, for the first element, we do not need to subtract. That means 1, total sum equals to 1. And for the second element, we are subtracting, means 1 minus 1 equals to 0. So since we are sorting all our element in the descending order, that means all the value from here to the last element is going to be either 0 or the negative, right? So we do not need to check all the elements. Suppose if k equals to 3, then we should have to go up till here, right? So this is going to be 0, this is going to be minus 1. But according to our problem statement, it says if it is 0, then we do not have to check further. I mean, we should not count the negative number, right? And that means we can stop our array over here. So we are all right. So it is looking very messy. So if it is 0, then we can simply break our array and we can return our total sum, right? So we can just return our total sum in this case. So so let me go through the code how we are going to solve it. So it must be inside. So it must be. So this is the problem that I'm going to solve right now. So as I have said, I will calculate the total sum or happiness, whatever you can call it. It is going to be 0. And I told you I will be reversing my list in the descending order. That means the highest element at the highest element will be at the first, while the lowest element will be at the last. So that means I'm using Python for this. So happiness dot sort reverse equals to true. So this is how we are going to sort our array, right? And we need to cut our array only till the kth element. We do not need to have to go through all the elements, right? So I'm going to create a new variable called new happiness. New happiness equals to happiness. This is how we can create the new array up till the kth elements in Python. Let me check if we are going right or not. And so what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to return new happiness to check if I'm going right or not. If I have created the right sub array or not. So for the first element, it is returning 2, 3, and 2, which is true, right? Because k equals to 2, and in the ascending order, it is going to be 3, 2, 1, and when k equals to 2, up till the second element, that is 3 and 2. Yeah, we are going right. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to use my for loop for I in range of k. K means k is 2 right now. Yeah. So, a range of k for I in the range of k. And over here, what I need to check is if new new happiness I is less than or equals to 0, then I can just break it, right? Yeah, I can just break it, right? And before that I need to calculate the sum as well. But before that I need to subtract as well, right? So it's for the problem statement, we need to subtract the element every time by the index. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Suppose I have an array of 3, 2, 1 and k equals to 2 in this case. That means I have to subtract. At first I do not need to subtract, that means 3 minus 0, and we are doing our for loop up till 2. That means we are going up till 0 and 1, and our new happiness is our new happiness array which I have created is till here, right? So 3 minus 0 total. So for the first index it is going to be 3 minus 0. For the second index it is going to be 2 minus 1, right? Yeah, so I have to subtract it with the indexes. So that means I have to do total plus equals to new happiness I, and I need to subtract it as well. New happiness at index I. The first element will only get, suppose 3 is at the 0 index, then we do not need to subtract, we need to subtract it by 0 as well, right? um, because after index 0 we need to subtract it by 1. If the element is at index 1 we need to subtract it by 1. If it is at 2 we need to subtract it by 2. So equals to new happiness minus I. So I think here is wrong variable name, and I need to just return my total sum. Right, let me check if there is anything wrong or not. So I think this is what I need to do. If it is less than or equal to 0, then we do not need to go further in our loop. So let me check if it is running or not. So yeah, it is fulfilling the condition. Alright, so it is running. You can see here it is very good solution as well. Alright, so let me just copy and paste this solution in our notepad, and I will be going through you with one more example. Alright, so here you can see, so I have an array of, so I have an array of 1 comma 1 comma 1 comma 1, right? And over here k equals to 3. Suppose k equals to 3, then at first we are sorting our array. After sorting it, it is also going to be 1 comma same. It is going to be like this because all the values are equal, and we are creating our new sub array that is going to be up till index 3, that is 0 1 2. So it will be this one will be our new sub array. All right, so our new sub array is going to be this one. Yeah, so it will contain this one, and what it does. So at first, so it will become 1 comma 1 comma 1. After first iteration it is going to become 1 comma 1 as well, and total sum is going, at first the index I is 0, so that's why total sum is going to be 1, because at index 0 it is 1, and at index 2, at index 1 it is I is 1, right? So 1 minus 1. At index 1 our element is 1, and at index this is index 1, so 1 minus 1 is 0. So it fulfills the condition, right? Because the element at index 1 is less than or equals to 0, then we do not have to check further. We can directly break our loop, right? Because if it is 0, then the further element is going to be either negative or 0. It is going to be, of course it is going to be negative, right? So we can just break it, and at last I'm returning our total sum. So this is how I have solved this problem, and I'll try to be more consistent with the videos, pushing every day. So if you have any comment or something, please let me know, and thank you for watching, guys. So this is topic.